Iowa State was catching 17. That number has come down to 15.5 at Texas. Iowa State's 0-3 in conference play. They've had 3 close losses. They're going to Texas. Texas fresh off a 49-0 bludgeoning of Oklahoma. And guess who they have on deck? Oklahoma State. So this scream sandwich. Here's the thing. I took the 17 with Iowa State. It's obviously a great spot. And it's the Iowa State offense has been disappointing, but it is very difficult to blow out and get margin on this Iowa State team. It always has been, always will be. Go back. The only time after Matt Campbell's first season in 2016, he has never lost a game by more than 17 points. Never. The only one that he's lost by 17 came in the 2020 season opener against Louisiana when they had a kick return and a punt return for a touchdown, and they won by 17. The only other time since 2017 that they lost by more than 10 was by 14 back in 2018 to Texas. Matt Campbell is 30-17, 64% against the spread as an underdog, covering by 5 points per game. More importantly, he's 17-4, 81% against the spread when catching at least a touchdown, including 14-1. 14-1 against the spread when catching over a touchdown against a conference opponent. So given the spot, given Iowa State's defense, and Iowa State has won 3 straight in this series, their defense has given Texas some problems in the past. Texas did just see a similar scheme last week, which maybe helps them out here. But I think with the spot, over 2 touchdowns a bit too much. Don't mind the under as well. Do you agree?
I like the over because you mentioned that they just saw this defense last week, and for Quinn Ewers to have experience against that is going to help them out here. I think Texas is going to be able to score points. But at the same time, I completely agree with you and Matt Campbell. This 10-9 game against Kansas State, just so many things had to happen to make this score so ugly. And then you look at Texas's defense, blanking out the Sooners, and you can understand why this number opened up at 55.5 on the total and has just raced all the way down. Finally caught some really strong resistance at 48, a number that I want to bet the over on. I know 48.5 is out there as you and I are recording this, but 48, the play that I want to make is on the over. And a big issue last week was finishing drives, against Kansas State, just 10 points and 4 trips past the 40-yard line. Texas is 20th in defensive finishing and offensive finishing drives, which means I think when they get their scoring opportunities, they're going to be able to put the ball away, whether that's Quinn Ewers, finding somebody in the air, but I think more than likely it's going to be Bijan Robinson running his way. And I think another thing about Texas, the number's too high, right? It should be 13. It shouldn't be up around 16.5, but Iowa State's 130th in special teams SP plus. And when you dig into that, it's punt efficiency. Like they're god awful in punt efficiency, which means Texas is going to have extremely good starting field position all the time. So there are a number of reasons that I think that there's going to be some points up on the board. And Deckers didn't make a mistake against Kansas State. His average depth of target was like well below average, like one of the lowest he's had the entire season. But Iowa State's passing offense, they were able to put up 280 on Kansas's defense, on Baylor's defense. So I think we're going to get some points here from both sides. I think the extremes of Texas putting up a goose egg against Oklahoma combined with Iowa State playing a 19-point game has really deflated a number that I think should be around 57. So give me the over in this one. And you're right. I think Iowa State's going to come to play. You can count them in for a couple touchdowns on the board, and that's going to help get over a 48.